Hi everyone, so in last video I shown you how to make a boss with multiple phases, and the video has been quite successful. So I told you I would make another video that would be about how to show text on the screen as a player enters a village or a city or whatever, and I feel like it's the time to do it. I mean, it was like 3 or 4 months ago that my latest video was out, so I feel like it's time to accomplish my promise, if you can say so. So let's go. It will be a very short video because it's quite simple actually. So I'm going oh no, he's having a bad time. I have to save him. There we go. So of course this is 100% using CustomNpcs only, and so let's begin. Let's use this church. So I will show you how it works. So I place up an NPC real quick. So if I go in my quest options, so these are some quests related to something else, we don't care about it. If we check out this section, you can see that there are plenty of quests that are activated. So ville is the French for city. Village is a village. It's the same in French. By the way, it's I'm on my French little Minecraft server. Ruin is for ruin, as you can see. Dungeon is for donjon is for dungeon, and Belbourg is the spawn of my village. So as you've seen in the beginning of the video, the text village appeared on the screen as I entered the town, and as you can see, it's actually from a quest, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So if I go in my quest, let's go and find regions. By the way, if you're using CustomNpcs, make sure not to use accents, like don't name anything like this. If you are using a language that has accents, make sure you do not use them in CustomNpcs, because you will have some weird bugs that I think are related to Minecraft more than related to CustomNpcs specifically. So let's take the quest village. As you can see, the type of quest is a location type, and if we check out, it reacts to the location village. So I will take it step by step. So we are going to make another one of them. So let's make it out right now. We'll call it test, simple. And we are going to basically do the same as what I've done in the other quests that are available here. So completed quest, completed text, as you can see, it's empty. Quest log, same. Make sure these are empty. You don't have to put any description in it. I mean, you could explain what these quests are about, because if you are running a Minecraft server and you have some of your players that end up asking themselves about what these weird quests are about, you could add a description to make sure they know what function, what purpose they have on your server. So I chose to let them being empty. Make sure the completed text is empty. It's very important. Rewards. I wouldn't really encourage you to put any rewards, except if you really want to, but I don't think it's important. Then on the type of quests that you want to make sure it's a location quest. It's very important. And then I will explain you these parts right after. Just make sure it's a location quest and that it's repeatable. Then on the on the way to complete the quest, make sure it's an instant complete. You'll see there are other options like complete with an NPC and so on. Make sure you put it on instant complete. Setup mail, whatever, and this this part, this part is very important. So in this place you have the next quest that is going to be triggered as soon as this quest is completed. Make sure this quest completes itself. I know it sounds weird, but it's the way it works. So if I do, so on the new one I'm creating, let's go and pick test. So I will make sure these are empty. All right, and I will put it on location. Reward, it's empty, it's okay. Repeatable, yes. And then instead of it being completed by an NPC, I put it on instant complete. So now on faction option, who cares? It's not important. And the most important part of this tutorial is about the console command. There you go. So this is the console, the commands that I'm using to show the village text. So what happens is that if you complete this quest, this command will play as soon as the quest is completed by the player, and this command makes it so that a title appears on the player's computer, on the player screen, and I set it to a village since I want it to appear as soon as the player enters the village. So I'm going to do the same with the test one. Make sure also that you put it on DP because it means that it will target the player that has completed the quest, so to speak, the player that has entered the village. Also, there are plenty of options to customize the title that will appear. So you can set up colors and the text. You can really customize it as much as you want, but I wanted to keep it simple. There are plenty of tutorials online to know how to use the /title command. So you just have to check it out, and it will be quite easy. So now my quest is completed. It's ready to use. So now that it's done, of course you will have to make a dialogue to make sure players can get the quest, but we will talk about it later. First off, I'm going to show you exactly how the thing works and how to trigger the quest. So as you can see, I have a teleportation NPC in my in most villages on my server. So all the villages are not written on this list, by the way. So if I want to, I can just teleport to another village that is situated somewhere else on my server, and as you can see, each time the village text appears. So let me back to the original village where we were in. And so let us try to understand how it works. As you can see, there are bedrock blocks under this teleportation. And I'm going to show you what's inside this bedrock. First off, it's underwater, so it's not very practical. I'm going to show you on another village so that it's more practical. So, if we dig under this bedrock, you can see that this block right here is a location block. So, what's a location block? So basically, location blocks are blocks that are introduced by CustomNpcs, that are implemented in the game by CustomNpcs, that you can use so that when so that it triggers quests, basically. So that if a player has a location quest and enters the area of effect of this block, which names corresponds to the one on the quest, the quest will trigger and will complete. I'm going to explain to show you so that you can understand it better. So let's put it down. And we'll call it, I will use something else than village so that you can see exactly what it's about. So, okay, we'll use a dungeon. So I place it down and I will name it dungeon with a range of 10. There you go, and as you can see, the dungeon text appears. So if you've been following me so far, if I go in my quests, you can see that I have a dungeon quest that is similar to the way I created the village quest. It works exactly the same. So if I go into my quests, there we go, regions, dungeon, and as you can see, it's exactly the same. Instant complete, repeatable, location, console, it's the same, but it's instead of saying village, it says dungeon. It's just to show you something else than just village. By the way, there is a weird... Yeah, okay, it was just a bug. So as you can see, it repeats itself as soon as it's been done. So basically, since it's a location quest, as soon as I enter the 10 blocks perimeter of this block called dungeon, as you can see, it will trigger the location quest with the name dungeon, which is my dungeon quest. So if I go away, and then that I go back to the block, you can see that the dungeon text appears. There was also the village one, but it's from the one that's hidden under the teleportation, but whatever. So I think that you get the point. Now, about the range, if you want it to be about... so the maximum range, if I'm not wrong, is about 64 blocks or something. To me, most of the time, in villages at least, when I use these location quests in villages, I put it on something like 32 blocks, around 20 to 30 blocks, so that it's not too soon. It avoids it avoids the issue that a player would see the text while he's too far from the village, and so he wouldn't understand, and it to be too close so that the text will appear only on the place of the village or something. So now, the last part of it is to give the quests, and it's where it gets interesting, and it's where you have to get creative. So let's go to the spawn of my server. Yeah, setting your spawn on 0, is a good option. By the way, it's Halloween decorated. It's quite crappy decoration for now, but you know, I'll fix that. So as you can see, yeah, as I entered this area, there was another text that was called Belbourg, which is one of the other region quests that I have right here. Okay, and it reacts to a location called spawn. So the way I managed to make it work on my server, because basically if you do not give the quests to the player, it won't work. So if you don't have an NPC that will give the quests of the regions to the player, it won't work. And it could be a bit artificial if you don't find a way around to give it to the player. So what I did on my server is just an example, but you can do it as you wish. Is that players, before entering the server and actually being able to play the server, they will spawn over here in this box. So it's quite simple. Is it me or yeah? So it's a quite simple place. It's just a way for them to understand what they have to do on the server. There are some tips to play on the server, the rules of the server, and there is another NPC that is right over here, activer les régions, which means activating regions. So basically, if I talk to this NPC, it's a very, very simple dialogue that will activate every single quest. So to me, they are already activated. As you can see, they are already here, and they are reactivating themselves as soon as I complete them, as I explained you before. But you have to create an NPC so that players, or you, if you're playing alone, but I suppose it's easier if you're playing alone, but if you have a server, you have to have a way so that players activate this quest before entering your game, before beginning to play on your server. So what I've done is that there is basically a quest when they read the rules, and this quest, in this quest, they must have ended the dialogue with activating region NPC and with the tips NPC. And once they've talked with both and ended the dialogue, they can then end up the quest with the rules NPC, and it teleports them to the surface and they can begin to play. So, yeah, I will show you really quickly the dialogue in case you are not very familiar with CustomNpcs. So I will take this card, whatever. So if I go in my dialogues and I will pick regions, there we go. So as you can see, it's a very, very simple dialogue. So first off, it will activate the spawn quests. As you can see, it's set to the quest that relates to the spawn, which is Belbourg on my server. And as you can see, on each of these dialogues, it will give a different quest until the player have them all. So there you go. Yeah, I hope it's been useful to you. And don't forget to leave a comment to suggest some more videos that I could do, because the first video, yeah, I'm quite happy with the result of the first video. I wasn't expecting it to be that successful. I mean, it's not a huge success, but for a CustomNpc small video, it's quite a thing. It's quite a thing on it, honestly. So I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, give me your ideas. Send me your ideas or some requests about what you would like to know about CustomNpcs. So yeah, basically video suggestions. By the way, quick tip: this idea is not from me. Is from one of the former developers of my Minecraft server. So it's basically this smoke is made by CustomNpcs. If I stand right next to him, I don't know if it could detect that. Oh, maybe he did not use that. Yeah, no, he used a block. That's a bit dumb. So, yeah, that's from one of my... What the fuck? How did he do that? Oh, yeah, it works with the pass. Okay, so it's actually quite intelligent. So, anyway, so there is a simple way to create this smoke effect. Basically, create a Blaze NPC. I love making tutorials in tutorials. Blaze NPC. This video is getting out of hand, by the way. So yeah, create a blaze. As you can see, when you create a blaze, he smokes. And put it invisible. Hide the name. There you go. You have a smoke creator. So you can just put it on a chimney or whatever you want. I have to say this idea is not from me. I've seen it from one of my former developers. I don't know if it exists in English. Yeah, whatever. I feel like I've already seen devs in English, so I suppose developer works. So yeah, it's one of my former devs that had this idea, and I found it quite brilliant actually. So yeah, I hope this helped you too. So I will leave you now. So suggest me some video ideas in the comments, and also if I think I will in my next videos I will probably talk about the bosses I've created on my server. And the various mechanics that are the various systems that are working with them, because I feel like it's something that could actually help you, or at least give you some ideas. So yeah, why not? But yeah, I leave you here. Don't forget, if you have any question or suggestion, give it in the comments, and yeah, I hope to see you soon.